couple nights of this homestand, I really thought going in, I'll be honest, 4-7 coming in here, I thought there's a chance to win all three, get to 500. You had the game, a good start Friday, but then the bats went silent, lose 5-4 on a tough call at the end of the game. I won't press you on that one. It can only be trouble. And then on Saturday, last night, the Kansas Curve, solid defensively, really good pitching, and just not much offense from your team last night. Talk about the last two nights.
Yeah, I think really both games for our pitching staff, we did a pretty good job. I think our pitching has not been the issue at all over these last two games, and defense has certainly been kind of an issue. First three runs against the Pipeliners that we allowed were unearned runs, and that tied the game, that 3-run inning where they scored all those unearned runs. So
it's been kind of the norm for Caden Niecase, by the way.
Yeah, it is. I mean, for some reason, every time Caden throws, we just don't really back him up the way we need to, especially since he's been pitching so well for us. And it was a little bit of a disappointment on that one, and just with the defense. And then yesterday, really, it was just our lack of at bats that was the issue. I think we didn't have very many good swings on the ball. Didn't have a lot of solid contact. Most of our contact was soft. A lot of pop-ups, a lot of soft ground balls in the infield, and you're not going to win unless you hit the baseball hard. You had to hit it. Even if it's at somebody, if you hit it hard, they could make a mistake. But when you hit a ball softly right to a guy, that's when it's an easier play to make for them on defense. And so that was our struggle yesterday. And hopefully today we can kind of right the ship, at least on the offensive side. I would just like to see some better at-bats today.
Had a great time having Jacob Woodburn on the broadcast last night. And for me, it seems like the guys the last few games swinging over the top of a lot of curveballs. Jacob said a lot of guys in the league haven't shown the ability to really place their curveball, but the last couple of nights we've seen some guys really place it, and it's been a little bit of a struggle hitting the curve.
Yeah, we definitely have not seen a whole lot of really strong curveballs before this weekend. There were a couple of guys earlier in the season that we did see that had a pretty good breaking pitch, but I think most of them were sliders. Curveball is not a thing you necessarily see that often anymore, at least one that's commanded really well. And you're right, we did see a couple of guys that had good ones last couple of games. And, I think really what it comes down to is our approaches are probably not the correct approaches when we're going to the plate. And that's something that I've preached to them this year, the guys, and just tried to explain, like, you guys got to be on time for the fastball and then react and see spin on the way to the plate, and that's when you stay back on it, and then that's you use your hands to make contact with the baseball on the breaking pitch instead of getting way out front and lunging at the baseball. And that's just been something we've struggled with for these last couple games for sure, but even before that some with the off speed.
Had to be a little frustrating last night. I mean, your pitching, Stoffel, I thought was really good. Had one inning where the curve got 3 hits. To my numbers, I know Bethany and I differed a little bit, but I had them at 5 runs, 5 hits. 3 of those came in that 4th inning. They scored a couple runs on wild pitches with 2 strikes on the batter. It just kind of a frustrating night, I felt, because your pitching was really good last night.
Yeah.
And Seabolt, the last 3 innings, was a strikeout machine.
Yeah, it was a really good night for our pitching, and that's something I said to the guys after the game. I said, our pitching is not our problem. Like, we've had great outings from our starters these last 2 games. We've had really good outings from them really over the past several weeks, and it's just really been kind of a defense and lack of hitting that's been our issue to this point. And it is definitely frustrating because you pitched so well, especially in Stoffel's case last night, and then his offense just didn't back him up at all. I mean, we only had 2 hits all game. So
the frustrating night last night, bases loaded, 1 out, and pitcher's best friend for the curve, a 6-4-3 double play. That was really the main threat for your team last night.
Yeah, and Matt, who hit into that, I mean, I thought that was a fine swing. He swung hard, 3-2 count. He made contact, and that's unfortunate that it turned out that way. And sometimes when things are going bad, they just continue to go bad, and it stays that way. And sometimes that's just the way it goes in baseball.
Talk about you got this game tonight, then you got the Kansas Cannons Tuesday and Wednesday night. What happens next week, in case folks don't know?
Yeah, so we finish off three more games, including tonight, for the regular season. And then August 3rd through the 7th is Summer Ball Showdown, which is a postseason tournament for college summer ball teams, not just from here in Kansas, but also from other states. There's a all-star team from Palm Springs coming out. There's teams from Colorado, Iowa, Texas. So there's teams from all over the place. 17 at least teams will be in attendance at that tournament, and that'll be held out at Genesis Sports Complex in Goddard. So if you want to go see it, I'm pretty sure admission to it is $10. And yeah, that's we're looking forward to it. We'll probably have a couple of additions to the roster before then, so that'll be something to watch out for as well if you're a Moose fan.
It's the time of year where you get some subtractions and additions. I know Caden Nikes, it was nice of him. He stopped by, said hi to Scott and I as he was ready to head back home. Alex Garcia has not been around. Are there any other guys that you're missing, and how many do you hope to pick up come tournament time?
Yeah, so we've been talking to a few guys outside, plus a lot of Southwestern guys will be coming back as well for school, and we'll have reported already. So a lot of guys that are newcomers to Southwestern that are pitchers that have signed for this year will be pitching for us.
Nate Korahias, who we found out that's how you say his name. His energy, I mean, he plays every play like it's bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. That's got to be fun to see.
Yeah, he's what I like to call a spark. He compete every play, and from that point, he turned it around on defense for sure. He's been playing great in the field for us. So I have really enjoyed Nate, and I wish him luck back at Whitman once our summer finishes.
Lastly, Josh Miller gets the start here tonight. A little up and down year. We've seen him brilliant, and we've seen him struggle. What are you hoping to see from him here tonight? Obviously, the brilliant side.
Yeah, for sure. I think it also kind of is something that he has struggled with, is kind of the mentality side, and he plays with a lot of passion. He pitches with passion, and that's a great thing. I mean, it's awesome to have passion on the mound for sure, but sometimes when things go great behind you and you have that passion, you let it boil over a little bit, and I think sometimes that's the case with him when he gets into those situations. But he's got so much potential, and he is he's got some insane stuff. So if he reins in that part of his game and just kind of calms down and realizes I can only control what I can control, then he's going to be great wherever he goes.
Should be fun here tonight. Good luck on the game, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks, Kurt.
Brendan Sweeney joining us here in our Moose pregame. We'll take a timeout. You can watch over and see what's going on here in the field. And Scott and us will have the starting lineups here shortly, as well as our play-by-play. Coming up in a moment here on Facebook.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to the Broadway Sports Complex, home of your MWMoos. Tonight's Kansas Collegiate League Baseball Contest features the Valley Center Mud Daubers and your MWMoos. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the Mud Daubers. Leading off the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Hetherington. Batting second, the shortstop, number 3, Miles Hartman. Batting third, left fielder, number 26, Roe Forrest. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 23, Michael Teeling. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 11, Colby Entwistle. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 28, Christian Cordero. Batting seventh, first baseman, number 27, Logan Ivy. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 15, Brandon Gaskin. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 4, Ryan Mitchell. Pitching tonight for the Mud Daubers, number 7, Alan Benhart. Head coach of the Mud Daubers is Chris Browning. Hey, Moose fans, here's the starting lineup for your MWMoos. Leading off, the second baseman, number 1, Nate Corahayas. Batting second, left fielder, number 6, Joe Licari. Batting third, the right fielder, number 24, Trevor Abidia. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 36, A.J. Romero. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 22, J.J. Cardinal. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 8, Andrew Brown. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 12, Chase Horn. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 10, Cody Lozano. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 19, Joel Townsley. Pitching tonight for the Moos, number 14, Josh Miller. The head coach for the Moos is Brendan Sweeney.
And welcome back, everyone. It is time for Moos Baseball on a beautiful Sunday night here in Winfield. The batting order tonight for Valley Center: Kyle Hetherington, Miles Hartman, Roe Forrest. Then it'll be Michael Teeling, Colby Entwistle, and Christian Cordero. Logan Ivey, Brandon Gaskin, and Ryan Mitchell round out the batting order. First pitch from Josh Miller, a swinging strike. Our first pitch comes at 6:08 tonight. Our first pitch temperature, 104 degrees. The feels like temperature is 108. Miller missing here, 1-1. Winds are out of the south. Last night they were at 20 miles an hour. Tonight at 12. Very low humidity. Dew point, though, is in the low 60s. 1-1 pitch from Miller. Spikes this one. It's 2-1. Kyle Hetherington leading it off here for Valley Center. And a swing and a miss. Fastball low and away, 2-2. Run down the moves in the field here in just a moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Hetherington. Curveball stayed outside. And it's 3-2. Miller goes from the windup. And the 3-2 pitch fouled out of play. So we'll do it again. And this 3-2 missing low. So leadoff walk for Hetherington. And that will bring up Miles Hartman.
The shortstop, Miles Hartman.
Miles Hartman plays his ball at Pratt Community College. Seen a lot of kids in our league from Pratt Community College. And Miller starts him off with a strike. The Valley Center Mud Daubers. And a throw to first, and that got through the glove of Horn. And Hetherington will move up to second base. That will be an E3. No balls and a strike here to Miles Hartman. Fastball rides high, 1-1. El Dorado is at McPherson tonight. The Kansas Cannons at Park City. Hetherington bouncing all over the place out on the base pad, and Hartman fouls this one and got a piece of Lozano. For the Moos, Joe Licari's in left field, Andrew Brown in center, and Trevor Abedia is in right field. J.J. Cardinal down at third, Joel Townsley at short. Nate Corahayas is at second, and Jace Horn at first. Cody Lozano behind the plate, and Josh Miller is on the hill. Curveball just missed. 2-2. Valley Center last night an 8-6 win over the Dirtbags. El Dorado beat Wellington last night 3-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Hartman. That one drifted outside, 3-2. Kyle Hetherington, who's at second base last night against the Dirtbags, went 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, a couple of runs driven in. He had a big night. He's a good player. 3-2. Waiting and not getting the call. It's a walk to Hartman. That'll bring up Roe Forrest.
Left fielder, Roe Forrest.
Left-handed batter. And the first pitch to Forrest missing. Almost looks early on that Miller's almost overthrowing, maybe just a touch, really exploding out of his stretch there, and it's been a little inaccurate with a couple of walks here. And a throw to second. Good strong throw to second, but safe is Hetherington. Valley Center here in the second half of the season, they are 9-4 and in second place. The Kansas Cannons are about to wrap up another half division title. They won the first half, and they're looking to win the second half. They got a 3-game lead with about 3 to go. Hetherington on the move. Lozano, good pitch to throw on, but Hetherington slides in safely. The Moos right now are 4-9. A game behind the Dirtbags, Park City, and McPherson, who are all 5-8. Wellington, well, I don't know, a couple times we've seen Wellington. They've been really good, but they're 6-8 here in the second half. Pitch to Forrest, again drifting outside, 3-0. Too much heat for the Heat. 3-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Roe Forrest plays at Odessa Junior College in lovely Odessa, Texas. The 3-1 down the third base side and foul. So Miller works himself back into this count. It was 3-0, now 3-2. And fastball just low. So 3 straight walks. Have they all been on 3-2 counts? The last 2 have been. All 3 have been 3-2 counts. So the stolen base, that double steal there really doesn't mean much now as the bases are loaded.
Designated hitter, Michael Teeling.
So Michael Teeling out of Oklahoma Wesleyan down in Bartlesville, just north of Tulsa. With the bases loaded, off of the handle, over to Lozano for 1, down to first for 2. The old 1-2-3 double play on Teeling, who got that one right on his fists. Rolled it to Miller. So a big double play for the Moos. Hartman moves down to third. Forrest is at second. And here's Colby Entwistle. See if that gets Josh going there with that terrific play for the Moos. Started Entwistle off with a strike. Now up 0-2 as this one's fouled out of play. Miller's a pitch away from getting out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. And tried the outside corner and missed, 1-2. The 1-2 Curveball. Too much break on that one. Jacob Woodburn last night talked about big league takes. That was a big league take right there. That looked good. Really had a lot of sharp movement from Miller. And now it's 2-2. Miller a long look in. Now he winds and deals. Hit towards third. Cardinals got it and tried to tag the runner. It comes out of his glove. The ball rolls into foul territory, and the throw to home gets past Lozano. And 2 runs score. So that'll be an error. Entwistle, fielder's choice to get to first.
And then
E5. Well, the ball got knocked out of Cardinal's hand at first.
It's not on Cardinal, though. So he gets...
And then Townsley's throw home was wild. But I'm not sure the runner wasn't going to second anyway. There's a ball to Christian Cordero, so we'll try to get this figured out. What we do know is Hartman and Forrest both scored, and it's 2-0. What a shame. The Moos were about to get out of a big jam with no damage done. And Cordero flips this one foul. Does Cardinal get an error for not keeping the ball in his glove on the tag? I would think so.
I would too, but I've never done that.
So there was 2 errors on the play and 3 in the inning by the Moos. There's a swing and a miss by Cordero. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Christian Cordero. Curveball in there for a strikeout. So Valley Center scores 2 runs. They do it on no hits. There were what I think right now is 3 errors. And 1 man left on base. After half an inning, Valley Center 2, the Moos coming up. Great to have you tuned in tonight here on Facebook. The Midwest Moos trail 2-0. Batting order tonight for the Moos. Nate Corahayas leads off. Joe Licari second. Trevor Abedia third. A.J. Romero will bat fourth. J.J. Cardinal fifth. And Andrew Brown sixth.
Nate Corahayas.
Jace Horn bats seventh. Cody Lozano eighth. And Joel Townsley will bat ninth. For Valley Center out in the field, we'll give it to you in just a moment. First pitch to Cora Hyas, lifted into foul territory, and it'll get out of play. Forrest is in left field, Hetherington in center, and Cordero in right. On the infield, it's Entwistle over at third, Hartman at short, Mitchell at second, and Ivy is at first. Brandon Gaskin is behind the plate, and pitching for Valley Center, Alan Bernhardt. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Nate Cora Hyas. Hello to Jamie Ellis and Bruce Walton, Becky Licari. Curveball drops in for a high strike, 1-2. Bethany Sweeney, who does a little bit of everything. Last night, Scott, she was doing the scoreboard and the stats. You know how that is. We were joking how it took 2 people to do the job of one.
One dumb person who does the job 2, 1 2.
3 balls and a strike. Curveball, high. Actually, it's 3-2 now. And the payoff, swing and a miss. So Cora Hyas goes down on strikes, and that'll bring up Joe Licari.
Left fielder, Joe Licari.
Licari from Corbin University. Michael Polk, Joe Licari's grandpa, watching. Along with Becky Licari. Here's Joe. He came in after Rocha strained a knee last night. Licari came in and promptly got a base hit. It was only one of 2 base hits for the Moos last night. He'll take a curveball off the thigh for a hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Trevor Abedia. Good to see Fred and Pam are here again tonight.
Right fielder, Trevor Abedia.
Trevor Abedia, right fielder tonight for the Moos, stands in. With a runner at first, that's Joe Licari. And Abedia looks at strike 1. Alan Bernhardt from Hill College. That's a junior college in Hillsboro, Texas. Not Kansas. Our man Scott Nuss is from Hillsboro, Kansas. Home of Tabor College. The 1-1 to Abedia into the turf. Nice stop back there by Gaskin. So Bethany Sweeney back to her other duty of running the scorebug. So that's good to have here on. In there for strike 3. So 2 away, and that'll bring up A.J. Romero.
Designated hitter, A.J. Romero.
So 2 away for the Moos. Oakley Groom telling us that she's getting food, but we aren't. And she's quite happy about that too, by the way. Does I wonder if Daddy gets any McDonald's?
I bet he's gonna get Subway.
He's gonna eat fresh. Or Sonic. Romero fouls this one out of play. That one hit the light pole and came down. No. Little girl picks up the ball. She'll retrieve it to the dugout. Final game here for the Moos this season. The pitch to Romero drops in there nicely, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Bernhardt with the pitch. Good location there, just missed outside, 1-2. So 1-2 here to A.J. Romero. And Romero hits this one to short. Hartman's on it. Will go over to first to retire Romero. And the Moos here in the first inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We'll go to the second inning, 2-0 Valley Center. Logan Ivy will lead it off for Valley Center here in the second inning. And a swing and a miss on the first offering from Josh Miller. Ray Abedia, Trevor's grandpa, and Nana, they're rooting for the Moos tonight. See if we can get a win here on this 3-game homestand. Tough one here Friday, losing 5-4. A play at first base that not good. Jacob Woodburn, I know he's partial too, but he was looking right down at it, and he said it was a step and a half, which is kind of what we thought. But got called out, and the Moos lost 5-4. That would have scored the tying run had it been called safe. And then last night, the Kansas Curve with 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. Beat our Moos. Here's a ball hooked foul down the left field line by Logan Ivy. Ivy, Gaskin, and Mitchell due up here for Valley Center. And Miller gets right in there for strike 3. Long look by Ivy. And he'll trot back to the dugout, and that'll bring up Brandon Gaskin.
The catcher, Brandon Gaskin.
Gaskin plays his ball at Finlandia University, Hancock, Michigan. Same. NCAA Division II school, Finlandia. First pitch from Miller, missing. Of course, Josh Miller, one of the 2 pitchers for the Moos from Southwest Mississippi Community College. This one sliced foul, 1-1. 1-1 pitch here from Miller. Curveball. I'm saying, where is that one? 2-1. That looked good. And that one is outside. 3-1 here to Gaskin. A 3-1 pitch on the way here to Brandon Gaskin. And fouled straight back. So a full count here. We've had several of them here early on for Josh Miller. The fourth 3-2 pitch. And there's a swing and a miss. Lozano applies the tag, and Gaskin is out on strikes. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Josh Miller after leading off the game with 3 straight walks. So 2 away in the second.
Second baseman, Ryan Mitchell.
And Ryan Mitchell, who is wearing number 4. Ryan Mitchell from Oklahoma Panhandle State University. That's out in the, obviously, the Panhandle of Oklahoma. Goodwell. The 0-1, another curveball, and this one dipped down too low, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, fastball is fouled off, 1-2. So Miller, chance to strike out the side here. 1-2 pitch on the way. Curveball stayed upstairs, 2-2. Moos are off tomorrow. Tuesday trip to Augusta to play the Kansas Cannons. Little sidearm action. This one's hitting the foul territory, and that'll get out of play. The umpire gets a mask full of baseballs from Andrew Gonzalez. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Mitchell. And just off the plate. So 9 batters, 5 have gone 3-2 here on Josh Miller. And a swing and a miss, challenge fastball. So 4 strikeouts in a row thrown by Josh Miller. 3 up, 3 down in the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 Valley Center. So bottom of the second inning here from the Broadway Sports Complex. In beautiful Winfield, Kansas, the Moos trail 2-0.
Coming out for the Moos, third baseman, J.J. Cardinal.
J.J. Cardinal will stand in here for the Moos, young man from Trinidad State Junior College. Cardinal, Brown, and Horn due up for the Moos. If anyone reaches, Lozano. And the first pitch a little bit down and in, 1-0 to Cardinal. Valley Center with the Mud Daubers they are. They've got the yellow tops, black numbers, gray pants. Cardinal fouls this one back, 1-1. And Brylan Knowles is bat boying again tonight. It's a good helmet. Jacob Woodburn said he's a good spark plug on the bench. The 1-1, Cardinal got locked up there, and it's 1-2. Seeing Valley Center set up their camera, which is just like the Moos camera. I remember they were here for an exhibition game in early June. 1-2 is hit towards the first baseman and caught there by Ivy for the first out. And that'll bring up Andrew Brown.
Center fielder, Andrew Brown.
But when they set up their camera on that exhibition game, somehow it locked up what we use and had a lot of trouble on that opening night exhibition game, but always fun to have an issue that opening night to get all the kinks worked out. Things have worked swimmingly since. First pitch is a ball to Brown, he's going on a visit at Southwestern College tomorrow. Squares couldn't put bat on the ball there, and it drops in for a strike, 1-1. Bernhardt, high fastball is chopped foul by Brown. So it's 1-2 here to Brown. Jace Horn waits on deck for the Moos. Bernhardt delivers, and this one got Brown on the foot. So he's hit by the pitch. He'll go down to first base, and that'll bring up Jace Horn.
First baseman, Jace Horn.
Jace Horn. Standing in for the Moos. He is a Southwestern College Mound Builder baseball player. And the first pitch to Horn. Good cut, but he missed it, 0-1. If you're a Valley Center fan, we invite you to join our chat here tonight. Let us know who you're cheering for. Throw over to first, and Brown is back in there. The Moos went with the black dry fit jerseys last night. Back to the whites tonight. And that pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-2. And the 0-2 dives down and in. 1-2. Moves with that exhibition game earlier this season against Valley Center, then have played them 3 times in the season, and then 1 time during the regular season. Too much rain here, which is hard to imagine. Throw down to first and nearly got Andrew Brown. So the Moos had to move a home game from here to Valley Center. against the Dirtbags, wasn't it? Or Curve. Yeah, that's right, the Curve. Yeah, last night was the first visit of the Curve here to Winfield. 2-2 pitch and strikeout of Horn. That'll bring up Cody Lozano.
The catcher, Cody Lozano.
One time last night, Jacob Woodburn said Cody Lasagna. It's a little joke they have. The at-bat didn't turn out that well for Cody, so Jacob on the PA went back to Lozano. He felt somewhat responsible. And Lozano, first pitch swinging, fouls this one out of play, and it's 0-1. 2-0 Valley Center here in the bottom of the second inning. Hello to Cindy Miller. Josh Miller's aunt and cousins are all watching tonight. He worked himself into trouble in the first inning and then very nearly should have gotten out of the inning with no damage done. 3 Moo errors in the first inning, along with 3 walks. Gave Valley Center the 2-0 lead that they enjoy right now. No balls and a strike to Cody Lozano. Brown on the go, and Lozano hits this one to right, and Cordero is there, and he's got the catch for the out. Put good wood on it, but hit it right at Cordero. So no runs, no hits, and 1 left. We'll go to the third inning, 2-0 Valley Center. Kyle Hetherington will lead it off for Valley Center here in the top of the third inning, 2-0 in favor of the Mud Daubers, and a first pitch strike thrown by Josh Miller. Appreciate the nice words from Bruce Walton. They've enjoyed the broadcast and watching their nephew AJ play. We've enjoyed watching AJ play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hetherington, and a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Hetherington walked in the first inning. He was erased at home on a 1-2-3 double play turned by the Moos. A little bit outside, the umpire says. 2-2 here to Hetherington. And this pitch nearly hit Hetherington, now 3-2. He goes to Rend Lake Community College in Ina, Illinois. And the 3-2 hit into left field. Lakari battling the sun and makes the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Miles Hartman. He walked and scored.
The shortstop, Miles Hartman.
In the first inning. 2-0 Mud Daubers here in the third. Another left-handed batter for Valley Center. Miller misses here, 1-0.
I hope there's onions on all of them.
1-0. And this pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. So we found out that Ensley Groom likes onions. How many kids like onions? 2 balls and a strike here to Miles Hartman. And hit into fair territory. Miller's got it. Tough throw, and that'll go out of his hands. We're going to give Hartman a hit there. That was going to be a tough play, especially that once Miller got it, he was trying to figure out how do I throw it and not hit Hartman, and it just came out of his hand. So an infield tapper for Hartman will count as a hit.
Left fielder, Roe Forrest.
That also goes down as our first hit of the night. So Roe Forrest will bat, and this fastball sails away. It's 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Roe Forrest, and this one hit him on the right on the back pocket. So runners at first and second for Michael Teeling. Hello to Wendy Hamilton.
Designated hitter, Michael Teeling.
We're going to have Matt Hamilton on the air in the fourth inning. Had a lot of fun visiting with Jacob Woodburn last night. What was going to be just an inning or two, I thought we'd have him on there. We just kept the headset on him the entire most of the game. First pitch must have been a little high to Michael Teeling. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch from Miller, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Sandy McDade is cheering on the Moos tonight. I know she would love to be out here, but this heat can be zapping for sure, which a lot of kudos to these guys. I mean, may have games like last night where just nothing really went well offensively, but boy, these guys are battling in pretty tough conditions, really. 2 balls and a strike to Teeling. And into the turf, and a good effort there by Lozano, but good aware base running by Hartman and Forrest. They'll move up on the wild pitch. And 3-1 here to Michael Teeling. The Moos got a really good start here on Friday night from Caden Nikes. Jared Stoffel last night went 6. Both starters deserved better fates than they got. Miller in there for strike 2. So it'll be 3-2 here on Teeling. the designated hitter, batting in the number 4 spot. Big pitch here for Josh Miller. One away in the third, and the pitch, and that one rides high, ball 4. So you think about in the first inning, it was 3 straight walks and a fielder's choice, and 3 errors that scored 2 runs. Here in the third, a tapper that goes for a hit for Hartman, followed by a hit by pitch and a walk. And here's Colby Entwistle. Entwistle, with 2 away in the first inning, hit it to third to J.J. Cardinal, who tried to tag the oncoming runner out, but the ball came out of his glove, which allowed 2 Mud Daubers to score. And it's 2-0 here to Entwistle. Brendan Sweeney now starting to shuffle in the Moos dugout. Missing, and Josh, boy, just looking at his stats as he stares in, like, where is that? It's a big call for a ball there, because instead of 2-1, now 3-0. And that pitch is in there. You can almost guarantee that was going to be a strike, probably anywhere close. A 3-1 pitch, and a little bit too far in. Ball 4 will force in a run. So an RBI walk for Entwistle. And that'll bring up Christian Cordero.
Right fielder, Christian Cordero.
Cordero from Iowa Wesleyan University. That's in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, an NAIA school. He's a big dude. And pops this one up on the infield. Infield fly is already called. Josh Miller says, I'll take it, and makes the catch for the second out. So a chance to escape big damage here if the Moos can retire Logan Ivey.
First baseman, Logan Ivey.
Logan's another really big dude. Oklahoma Wesleyan University. Struck out looking his first time to lead off the second inning. Curveball missing. Almost seems like Josh has too much break on that curve. And Jacob Woodburn taught me he calls that spitting on it. The batter spit on it. Now this one's hit towards third. Gets through the left side. 1 run will score. And that will be it. Logan Ivey with an RBI single. A seeing eye single through the left side. So Will Forrest comes in to score on that hit. And the catcher, Brandon Gaskin, gets his shin guards off and will trot towards the plate. He's the 8th batter of the inning. And the first pitch bounced towards third, but it'll be foul. And it's 0-1. Valley Center, 2 in the first, 2 so far here in the third. 0-1 to Gaskin, and that one's fouled. Might have gotten a piece of the umpire. And as you see, when the catcher is dinged up, the umpire will walk out to the mound here. The umpire gets dinged up. So Cody Lozano walks out to the mound. I think that foul ball kind of got the inner leg of the umpire. Hello to Todd Johnson from the tip of the sip. Cheering on the Moos. No balls and 2 strikes here to Gaskin. And a swing and a miss for a strikeout. And that will retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 left. We'll head to the bottom of the third, 4-0 Valley Center.
Leading off for the Moos, the shortstop, Joel Townsley.
Bottom of the third inning. And Joel Townsley will lead it off for the Moos. It'll be Townsley, Corahayas, and Lakari due up here for the Moos in the third. So I guess the music was too distracting here for the pitcher, so they couldn't throw the pitch. Like peace and quiet, Scott. First pitch is fouled off. You know, whenever I see something like that, it makes me think, are you really locked in, like on your, assignment here, really to dial in, block out all any outside noise? Townsley, almost got the camera there. Quickly 0-2 here on Joel Townsley. And the pitch almost hit Joel on the shoe tops. 1-2. (4-0) Valley Center, bottom of the third inning. And the 1-2 pitch in on Joel. He hooks it right towards the Valley Center dugout. So Valley Center kind of giving Joel a hard time. He says he's not even sure how he hit that one that way. Umpire got some baseballs, then threw a couple back. Catch and release. So a 1-2 pitch coming here to Joel Townsley. And it's high, 2-2. Alan Bernhardt with the pitch, curveball. Townsley hits it to center field. Hetherington coming in will make the catch for the first out.
Second baseman, Nate Correhias.
Nate Correhias will stand in here for the Moos. Nice and quiet now for the at-bat. The first pitch to Correhias missing 1-0. Royals beating the Rays again today. First series win against Tampa Bay since 2017. There's a strike against Correhias. 1-1. Nate struck out his first time. As the Moos will start getting their second look at Alan Bernhardt through the order. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. Enjoyed visiting with Nate's folks here on Friday night. From Seattle. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Joe Licari. He reached on a hit by pitch his first time.
Fielder Joe Licari.
Joe Licari with a base hit last night. We'll see if he can get something going with 2 away here in the third and the first pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. So the 0-1 pitch, Bernhardt low, 1-1. Shadows creeping towards home plate here in Winfield. Here's the 1-1. That's high and away, 2-1. Two-one pitch coming to Licari, just off the plate, 3-1. Trevor Abedia waits on deck for the Moos. And the 3-1 pitch hit towards short on one hop, tough hop, but now glove thrown over to first and out at first. Licari can't believe it. Great job by Hartman over at short to stay with it and just get Joe Licari. So 3 up, 3 down in the third. After 3 complete, it is 4-0 Valley Center. And welcome back, everyone. Top of the fourth inning here from the Broadway Sports Complex. Valley Center leading the Midwest Moos by a score of 4-0. And Mitchell will lead it off for Valley Center here in the top of the fourth inning against Josh Miller. And his first pitch in there for a strike. We are delighted to have Matt Hamilton join us here in the box. Yes. Not in any uniform. Not planning on playing tonight, right?
Yeah, I got the day off, so, nice little rest day.
I've liked, everyone kind of gets in and out. No one seems to play 2-3 nights in a row. Has that been, I know as a player you probably want to play, but here in the summer, has it been nice to get a few nights off? Here's the one flipped out to right,
great play.
Second base. Nate Correhias makes a terrific play. He made one here on Friday night and makes another one here tonight for the first out. Has it been nice to get some off days, though?
Yeah, it has for sure. It's been nice to get a couple of bats here and there. Play 2 nights in a row. It's a little tough on the body, but great play by Nate there, though.
Talked about him in the pregame with Brendan.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to play every play like it's his last play.
Yeah. He works extremely hard on and off the field, and it's really good to see him perform well.
We go. One first strike here to Kyle Hetherington. And the 0-1 pitch, a little bit high, 1-1. Matt, the offense after 3 runs in the first inning Friday night has been a little listless. 2 runs in the last about 19 innings. What have you seen from yourself and your teammates at the plate the last couple nights?
Last night we faced a couple good arms. Some higher velo definitely last night, and hitting the 3-hole spot. Definitely seeing a lot more off speed. But yeah, just the adjustment of velo wise for sure, and pitching wise for the other team, they're getting ahead in the counts too early, and it's not a good recipe for not scoring runs. So
there's a late strike call as Hetherington had launched his bat. I don't know, from here, a lot of pitches look like strikes to me. I'm always surprised when I see batters ready for that walk. I mean, you're here to hit, right? I mean, I know you want to have good at-bats, but I know you want to hit.
Yeah, I want to hit. I want to hit the fastball early. Oh, that's close.
Little outside, so Hetherington with a 1-out walk. That'll bring up Miles Hartman.
Every close borderline pitch from Josh, just looking at Josh looks like a strike from here. He's a competitor out there.
You've been down in the dugout the first 3 innings. A lot of 3-2 counts for Josh so far tonight. What are you hearing in the dugout from him, and how's his head right now?
His head, to be honest, kind of all over the place. But when he goes out there, he's there to compete, and that's what he does really well. And he's definitely going to give it your all when he goes out there. So he's a competitor. He works really hard. I work with him at the warehouse, and he's a really good pitcher to see perform. So
he just seems like a fiery guy. We talked to Brendan about him in the pregame, and he's a battler. Here's a high chopper to short. Townsley's got it over to second for 1, not in time to get Hartman. He'll reach on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, Josh, he's a dog out there.
Gets the dog title.
Yep.
Roe Forrest coming up. Roe has scored twice tonight. He was walked in the first. He came around and scored, hit by a pitch in the third, and came around to score. Jacob Woodburn was on the color with me last night as he did public address and color commentary.
Yes.
We talked about you, and he said you're kind of the Swiss Army knife out there. We've seen you at third, seen you at second. I think you've been in the outfield as well. Where's your preferred position, and do you like being able to play all over the place?
To be honest, wherever coach puts me, I feel pretty confident wherever. I did play a lot of second base in high school, and kind of once I got to junior college, I got moved to third base. But yeah, I do like playing the infield, and I guess I'd prefer to say I play second base. Shortstop's pretty fun too, but definitely my arm's feeling good. That day I like to show it off at third or even short. But yeah, good pitch there by Josh.
Rowe fouls this one off the mask of Lozano, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here. We're visiting with Matt Hamilton. 4 of the MWMoos here. Got to meet your folks early in the season.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you're on your way to Newman University, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. So I was at a junior college in McCook, Nebraska. Booming metropolis there. Yeah. So actually, probably about the same size as Winfield, but so on my way to Newman next year, and really excited for the opportunity there that's presented ahead of me, and actually know a couple guys in that program, and they said they liked it. So really forward to the opportunity ahead of me.
Home of the Jets, playing in the MIAA, so you'll see some pretty good competition.
Yes, sir. So taking summer ball, not for granted this summer, and really focus on every pitch, every at bat, and just doing the little things right.
Ro Forrest works a walk, so he's on base for the third time here tonight. The summer ball experience, talked with Jacob about this last night. Have you played summer ball before, and what is this getting to play, 3, 4, 5 games a week in June and July? Certainly in Kansas can test you with the heat and whatnot, but what has it been like for you?
Yeah, so I actually played for the MWMoos last summer. Pretty great experience. You get really close to the guys. It's always tough to leave the guys in the summer for sure. Just the bond is unlike no other out there, and yeah, playing in that Kansas heat sometimes it's kind of dreading to be there, but you always look forward to being out there with your guys and giving it your best out there. So I'm from Colorado originally, and the heat out here compares like to no other. Yeah, it's pretty humid today. I think it was like 105 at game time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't checked to see what it's like now, but yeah, it is stuff. 101, Scott Nuss reports.
Yep. Little shout out to my parents, Mike and Winnie Hamilton back home in Colorado. So I hope you guys are doing well. Good pitch there by Josh.
Gets the swing and the miss from Michael Teeling, and so a couple of walks in the inning for Miller doesn't hurt, and we're through 3.5, and it's 4-0 in favor of the Valley Center Mud Daubers. We'll just keep right here visiting with Matt Hamilton. You talk about the velo, and for folks that don't know the velocity of the pitchers. And last night, I saw really 5 of the better pitchers I've seen all year, and they were all on the Kansas curve. What did those guys bring, and what kind of velocity have you been seeing this year compared to what you saw last night?
Yeah, so definitely spring, my junior college. I was out pretty much all spring, but I was fortunate enough to play the first 2 or 3 weeks, and at that level we see every starter is pretty much upper 8s to low 90s, and that's pretty much what we saw last night. So their first starter, he started us off, setting us up early with counts, and his fastball had a little run to it too, but I'd say he's just about mid 8s. Really good off speed, so it was pretty effective against us.
What's your approach when you go up there? Brendan was talking about telling you guys to look for fastball and react to anything off speed.
Exactly.
You personally, where have you had success through your career, and what's your approach going to the dish?
So my approach going to the dish kind of depends on the pitcher, and you definitely look during warm up, see what kind of stuff he has. If it's a fastball guy, I'm definitely going to hunt the fastball, hunt it early. And try not to fall behind 2 strikes. But if I get 2 strikes, I'm going to swing at everything close. And if I see that curveball and that spin up, I'm going to try to hit right up the middle. So definitely keeping that middle approach and hitting the fastball early. So
bottom of the 4th inning here. Here's Trevor Abedia
just outside
for the Moos, and he'll look at 1-0 from Alan Bernhardt. What have you seen from this guy so far tonight for Valley Center?
He's lefty, little crafty guy. Looks like he's getting ahead of us pretty well, setting up well against us.
Haven't seen a lot of good swings from the Moo batters tonight yet.
Yeah, looks like he throwing a lot more off speed than we're used to, for sure.
Not trying to give any secrets of yours, but what is the hardest pitch you think for a batter in general? Is it the changeup? I don't know if you ever see any knuckleballs. Is it that knuckle curve? What's the hardest pitch for you to really adjust to?
I definitely say for me, and good hit.
Abedia hits this one out to center field. Hetherington still going back. He can't catch it. It's up against the wall, and Trevor Abedia has the first hit of the night for the Moos, and it's a stand-up double.
There we go. I think it was a fastball, huh?
Was that? Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Going back to, though, I'd say definitely a good changeup.
Yeah.
When it looks a lot identical to a fastball, it's a tough pitch to hit for sure.
Do you see a lot of change at junior college, and do you expect to see that in the MIAA?
Yeah. What I've heard about the MIAA is, most guys are mid 8s. There'll be a couple of guys that'll reach the 9s. I mean, it's kind of dependent on the team and what guys I brought in, but good curveball is what I'm kind of expecting to see. So, and I've seen a lot of that this summer.
A.J. Romero up there for the Moos and looks at ball one. Will you hope to play again next summer with the Moos or with at least somebody?
Yeah, at least someone for sure. You know, my experience here with the MWMoos has been great, and a lot of really. I think my favorite part about summer ball is just meeting a whole bunch of different guys just from different areas and creating a really good connection with a bunch of different guys. So that's it's pretty cool for sure.
You know, I know you guys. I mean, when you go to college, you're meeting people from all over the place.
Yeah.
And, you know, here with the Moos, there's a lot of Southwestern players, but there's a lot of guys from all over the place.
Yeah.
And Brendan talks about how the camaraderie on here. You guys just all seem to get along, and he puts the lineup out. No one's complaining who's playing where or what night.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone seems to be on the same page here.
Yeah. Sweeney does a really good job of rotating guys in and out, and right on that side corner ball.
Just
Nice.
missed 2-1 here to Romero.
Yeah, he does a good job of rotating guys in and out, and you know, we don't really have that one guy, so all of us just gonna have to produce, and it's been a good time this summer for sure.
2 balls and a strike here to Romero. He turns on one, hits it down the left field line, but that will hook foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's 4-0, and the Moos with a runner at third. It's Trevor Abidia. He reached on a double, and then a pass ball, I believe, or wild pitch. I'm not sure. Called the wild pitch there, so he's down at third with nobody out. And A.J. Romero, his folks have been strong supporters of watching our broadcasts here, both home and then, of course, the away streams as well. Now 3-2 here to Romero. Matt Hamilton, Midwest Moo extraordinaire, the utility knife, as Jacob Woodburn called him last night.
Love to hear that.
3-2. Oh, it looked like Blue really wanted to ring that one up, and he did. Romero is called out on strikes.
You don't really see that too much from AJ. He's a pretty solid hitter.
So 1 away, and that'll bring up J.J. Cardinal.
Third baseman, J.J. Cardinal.
Now the walk-up music.
Yeah.
What goes into picking your? Which one's yours?
So I got Flashlight by Parliament. So it's kind of like the disco-y song. Yeah, just it kind of brings a calming state to my mind right before get up there. So
did you have that in junior college? Did you have walk-up music?
I actually heard it in junior college. So I asked the kid, I was like, hey man, like what's your walk-up song? And gave it to me, and I was like, I'm gonna use that this summer. So
no balls and a strike. Michael Gunnell, who is I'm not sure if he's a coach or he has something to do with Southwest Mississippi Community College, said you've never been to Mississippi in the summer. So I guess it's maybe warmer there than here.
Yeah, I've never been to Mississippi, so yeah, probably a lot more humid down there. JJ actually plays in the same region as my junior college, so.
J.J. Cardinal here?
Yep. He went to Trinidad State.
Trinidad State?
Yep.
Do you know his future plan? Is he going back there?
I'm not too sure. Might transfer to another junior college in that same region. Could go back. Yeah, we'll see.
1 ball and 2 strikes here to Cardinal. 1 away for the Moos in the fourth. Trevor Abidia at third. And this pitch goes behind Cardinal. Didn't hit him. It's 2-2. It's got to always be alarming, isn't it, when the ball goes behind you?
Yeah. I usually jump out of the way. I don't know why. It's just a reaction, but yeah, you don't really see that too much. And you don't really prepare for it too much either.
So a 2-2 pitch coming up here to J.J. Cardinal. Andrew Brown waiting on deck. And the pitch, and it had one to hit there, but he swung through it. And Bernhardt, after giving off a leadoff double, has come back with back-to-back strikeouts, and now 2 away. And Andrew Brown. Andrew Brown, who's going to be visiting Southwestern tomorrow.
Center fielder, Andrew.
Did you have any thoughts of, I'm partial to Southwestern since I graduated there and I worked there. Did you have any thoughts of coming to Winfield for college?
To be honest, I never heard of Southwestern before I came to Winfield, Kansas.
Have you seen the campus?
I have not been on campus.
You haven't been up there?
I was thinking about it today. I was like, oh, I wonder what Southwestern looks like.
Yeah.
You know, it's the last home game here in
That's right.
in Winfield, but yeah, guys seem to like it though.
1 ball and no strikes here to Andrew Brown. 2 away for the Moos here in the 4th. And a foul tip. That got some of the umpire, and it's 1-1. Your bat handling, Matt, haven't seen it lately, but I certainly early in the season, your ability to push it to third and get base hits that way, is that something that you've always done and come natural?
Yeah, I really try to, I guess not push the ball, but definitely keep that middle approach. As a lefty hitter, I see a lot of outside pitches, so that's what I trained for a lot with tee work and front toss and batting practice, and that's just where I naturally hit best. If a guy's going to throw me inside, I'm going to try to pull it too. Just kind of wherever the ball's being pitched, I'm going to take it that way for sure.
Ball and a strike here as the umpire gets a few moments to gather himself. He's off it's interesting, Scott, you're an umpire. He's over the left shoulder of the catcher.
Yeah.
Brown hits this one fair down the third base line. That'll score a Bedia. Brown on his horse, on his way to second, and he'll slide in safely. The ball rolls away, but it'll be picked up over there by Ivy, and the Moos are on the scoreboard with a 2-out.
There we go.
RBI double from Andrew Brown.
It's a nice hustle double right there.
So
First baseman.
down at second is Brown, and here comes Jace Horn, and it's 4-1 in favor of Valley Center. Horn, first baseman, plays for Southwestern College. I'm looking forward to being able to try to follow along on the Newman streams or whatnot and see how your season goes.
Yeah, thank you.
It'll be fun to have you in Wichita.
Yeah, I look forward to it. So Wichita's a pretty cool city. It's not too big, not too small.
Yeah. Plenty of places to eat. Jacob told me some of the guys don't love the lack of eating opportunities here in Winfield.
Yeah. That's what's really nice about Wichita. You can't go wrong. You got Chipotle, Qdoba.
Oh,
yep.
Scott, he went right to our bread and butter.
Yep.
The 0-1.
Oh, good pitch.
Missing 1-1. Yeah, whenever Scott and I have to make a road trip and we're going anywhere near Wichita, somehow Scott's vehicle always guides us to Chipotle. Always does.
Just typed in the navigation before.
I tell you.
Yep. I think that was a big decision in my college process after junior college was finding a school that's close to Chipotle for sure. Yeah, no, McCook had no Chipotle.
No chips.
Yeah.
Of course, when we didn't have Chipotle, Scott, I know you knew right where the Qdoba was in Topeka. 2 balls and a strike, and that drops in there nicely, 2-2.
Did you notice Andrew Brown's batting gloves? His pink batting gloves last at bat?
I didn't even look.
Oh, yeah.
What's about them? Is that
I'm not too sure. I just want to see what you thought about them.
We need to look a little closer at that on the next at bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jace Horn.
Jump.
Brown got a huge jump, and this one's fouled off. As a hitter, I know you're dialed in on the pitcher. Is it ever distracting when you have a teammate down at second base that might be getting in the pitcher's head, bouncing around? Does that ever take away from your focus on your task at hand?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty locked in on the pitcher when I step in the box, but like that. When I see a guy get a good jump, I'm probably gonna take the pitch, or maybe even swing a little late.
2-2, Horn.
Good battle.
Tell you, the last 2 nights we've had more balls close to our camera. Michael Gunn does the PA and plays the music. That's a Scott Nuss duty at Southwest Mississippi Community College.
Okay.
There we go. We shout out the Bears with Caden Niecase and Josh Miller here on the team. 2-2 to Horn, and a swing and a miss, and a strikeout. So Bernhardt strikes out the side. He also gave up 2 doubles, and the Moos are on the board. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left. We'll head to the 5th inning. More with Matt Hamilton in a moment. It is 4-1 Valley Center. And welcome back here, top of the fifth inning. Kurt Caden joined by Matt Hamilton as we are taking in the Moos and the Mud Daubers. 4-1 our score. Josh Miller exits. He goes 4 innings tonight, gave up only 2 hits, 7 walks and 6 strikeouts, and he hit a batter. Defense let him down a little bit in that first inning, Matt. 3 errors we have for the Moos in that first inning, but there was also 3 walks. Yeah. For Josh, again, only 2 hits given up, but 7 walks in 4 innings. I know he's not going to be thrilled with that number.
Yeah, no, it's a tough night. Tough night for sure.
So he gives way to Andrew Gonzalez. And Andrew's been a guy I've really enjoyed watching as this season's progressed. He's gotten better and better.
It's been really cool to watch him go out there, and he's definitely progressed a lot since the first time I saw him step out on the mound here. So his fastball has a lot more run to it, is what I've noticed for sure.
Swing and a miss there from Colby Entwistle, who has an RBI walk and hit into a fielder's choice.
Good pitch.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. Gonzalez plays for Friends University, so he'll be in Wichita with you.
Yep, that's right.
Right across the street.
Yeah,
right?
About 2 minutes distance from each other, huh?
That pitch looked
close.
really good by Gonzalez, and it's called ball 2. Sandy McDade. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet Sandy. She loves baseball, but it's been so hot she hasn't been able to be at as many games. But she says, I got another great voice here on the radio. I had Jacob last night and you tonight, so Sandy's enjoying the color.
Yeah, love to hear that.
Scott, I really needed to get you on here to get some love from the fans, I think. I mean, the thing for me with Scott, though, when you look over here, he's running the scoreboard. He's keeping score.
Yeah, he's
running stats. He's running the music, the walk-up music, and he's doing PA and running the volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott hoping that, I don't know if Scott's going to make that dreaded announcement of last call in the middle of the 8th inning. Might leave it open all night. A leadoff walk for Entwistle. And that will bring up Christian Cordero. Have you been familiar with many of the players in the Kansas Collegiate League this season? Have you recognized guys from other teams?
Yeah. So there's definitely a couple Newman kids. Been fortunate to meet before I head off to school there. So yeah, it's that's the cool thing about this league is just meeting a whole bunch of different players. And I know the Park City Rangers, they have a bunch of guys from the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, so it's cool to connect with those guys too. And yeah, it's been a cool summer for sure.
Of course, you guys have Yoshi on your team from Japan. How Jacob said his English isn't great, but he's been fun to get to talk to a little bit.
Yeah, it's been fun to try to pick his brain a little bit. We got to pull out the Google Translate here and there, but yeah, he's definitely a cool guy and really really nice kid for sure. So.
And here's a pitch, and Cordero fouls it off 0-2. I admire the courage to. I don't know what he does for college, but to come here to just join a team for a couple months here, and it's hard for a lot of people to adjust, but it looks like he's just fit right in.
Yeah, for sure. I try to put myself in the situation, seeing if I could put myself in Japan, not knowing any Japanese, but I don't know if I could do that, to be honest. But yeah, he's definitely fit right in, and he's done a great job with the Moos so far.
And the bandanas were a hit, I hear.
Oh yeah, huge hit for the Moos.
No balls, 2 strikes here to Cordero. Entwistle over at first, and the pitch from Gonzalez, and just reaching out and spoiling that one is Cordero. It'll remain 0-2. Yeah, I know the night he handed out, all you guys had the bandanas on and warm-ups and whatnot.
Yeah, I think even Sweeney had one on too.
He did.
Yep.
Gonzalez will look over at first. Not a very big lead for Entwistle. Now he creeps off a little more, and the pitch will sidearm action. Cordero just fouled on the third base side. So we'll do another 0-2 pitch. Top of the 5th inning. And a 4-1 score. Gonzalez's pitch, and Cordero fouls it off again. Now I'm a big Major League Baseball fan. Do you watch the big leagues much? And if so, who do you follow? Who's your team?
So actually the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay.
And the hometown Colorado Rockies for sure. So.
Is it fun going to games at Coors Field?
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I've kind of outgrown it since I grew up there. Just always going to Coors Field.
There's a swing and a miss. Gonzalez gets his man one away.
Yeah, but I need to actually go to Kaufman up in Kansas City.
Yeah, you do.
Pretty cool.
Scott Nuss was there last night.
Oh, nice.
First baseman, Logan Ivy.
Pretty cool atmosphere up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better when they're good.
Yeah, same with the Rockies. I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
14 and 15 in Kansas City was like no other, but the other, since 85, the other 30 years have been, Here's a strike and a throw down by Lozano, down to second, Cora Hayes. Did he get the tag on him? Did they call him out?
Yep, and they got him there.
Got him out. Cody Lozano with a nice throw down to second. And Cora Hayes with the tag, so 2 away here in the 5th.
Actually, work with Logan here up at the plate. So, me, Josh, Logan, Caden, and Brandon Jesse all work together.
Logan Ivy, big dude.
Oh, yeah.
Country strong.
Definitely really useful in the warehouse. Oh.
Rips one to left. Lakari coming in. Couldn't make the catch on the slide. It gets past him into the wall. Ivy on his way to second. Brown doing a nice job of getting over there. Great effort there with 2 away. I imagine that's worth the effort there for Lakari, right?
Especially with no runners on, too.
So it'll be a double for Logan Ivy. How tough is it? You've been on the left side at this time of night when you're looking in the sun. I just feel so, it's so tough for left, third, and short especially, it feels like.
Yeah, definitely left side, starting probably in the 2nd inning until the, good 6th or 7th. It's definitely hard with that sun. I tried eye black. I don't know if that was for the coolness factor or.
It's a good look.
The whole team seemed to follow too, but. Tried everything to block out the sun, but it's a little tough over there.
Now Jacob told me guy on second. You go to the guy on second signs. Is that what Lozano just went to talk to Gonzalez about? Do you think?
Yeah, it could be. I've seen it a couple of times in summer. I don't do it personally, but some guys on second trying to pick the pitcher's signs and relay it to the batter.
Pitch here, in there for a strike to Brandon Gaskin. I hear about that. I always think, though, I would feel terrible if I was the runner at second and I indicated, hey, fastball's coming, and you get thrown a curve or something and ruins your at-bat.
Right. That's why I don't do it.
I don't want that pressure.
Yeah.
Gaskin, good swing there, fouls it off. So no balls and 2 strikes to Gaskin. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. 4-1 in favor of the Mud Daubers. Andrew Gonzalez with the pitch. And just missed. A little too out.
Tonight it is. Last night I don't know about that. But, yeah.
It almost seems like the 3-0s are guaranteed strikes and the 0-2s are guaranteed balls. This one low, 2-2.
I think he was squeezing Josh on a couple pitches earlier today, but
Josh already out of his game pants and
up
there. Josh Miller started tonight, went 4 innings for the Moos. Gonzalez was 0-2, now 3-2 here on Gaskin. Top of the 5th inning, 4-1. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gaskin, and the pitch laced foul.
Last night I saw a 3-2 curveball, I think I struck out on. That would not be a bad pitch to see right here. Caught me off guard there a little bit last night.
Pitching wasn't conventional at times last night by the Curve. They kind of went backwards a couple of times and dropped in some curves on counts that I didn't expect.
There it is.
Gaskin hits it in the hole. Another good effort by Cardinal, but it gets into left field. Licari's got it, and they will hold up Ivy at third. Are the outfielders playing a little more shallow? That's twice I've seen a runner not score from second for Valley Center on a base hit.
Yeah, I think the corners are in actually a little bit.
So Gaskin gets a single. Runners at first and third. Boy, how big was that throw out by Lozano, throwing Entwistle out. 2 away, and here is Ryan Mitchell.
Ryan Mitchell.
He is 0 for 2 tonight. 4-1 in favor of Valley Center. They look to add on here in the fifth. And this one's hit towards short. Townsley coming up on it. He has it. We'll have to hurry. It's in the turf. But Jace Horn with the pick. And the Moos are out of it. No runs on 2 hits. And 2 left. We're halfway through here in Winfield. 4-1, Valley Center. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Winfield.
The catcher, Cody Lozano.
Cody Lozano will lead it off for the Moos. Alan Bernhardt remains in the game for Valley Center. He's been really good. He's only given up 1 run on 2 hits thus far. Lozano, Townsley, and Cora Hyas will get it going here. And first pitch swinging right at the second baseman, Mitchell. And pretty easy put out there for the first out. Matt Hamilton, Midwest Moo, not playing tonight, joining us here on the broadcast. And off air, asked you about your living arrangement. You played with the Moos last year, so you were able to get back with the same host family, it sounds like.
Yeah, so shout out to Steve and Stacy Hall. Wonderful, wonderful host family. Hosting me again this summer, so yeah, it's been a great experience living with them.
First pitch swinging here is Townsley into foul territory. Ivy kind of got spun around a little bit and it falls foul. Go ahead.
Yeah, so great experience living with them. They got a Logan, 11-year-old baseball player, so it's been cool to kind of coach him up here and there too. And they actually have a batting cage in their barn. So
nice.
Yeah, so I'll go take some hacks before and after games. So it's definitely been utilized a lot this summer.
You know, I know the Moos being new to Winfield, there were certainly some host families, and I know hopefully the Moos remain here and that picks up. But, for a host family, I mean, it's been my experience that you guys do your thing and, kind of join the family on things. And it seems pretty low risk for a host family.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely kind of depends on, the type of player you get or the type of guy you get. But yeah, it is pretty low risk and definitely good opportunity if they have kids too. They can be a babysitter too. So yeah, it's a pretty good risk for your
Scott
reward
Nuss,
there.
are you hearing this? Joel Townsley
Second
strikes
baseman,
out.
Nate
Top of the order
Corahayas.
very quickly. 2 outs here for the Moos in the bottom of the bottom of the 5th. And here's Nate Corahayas. Which we figured out here in this last weekend series at home that it's not Corahayas, but it's Corahayas.
Yeah, yeah. I totally forgot he was a switch hitter too.
Yeah. Have you ever try hitting right-handed?
Yeah, I have, and yeah, it doesn't go too well.
Not pretty?
Yeah, no.
That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 to Nate. Couple of strikeouts tonight. Third time around for the Moos. 4-1 Valley Center here in the 5th inning. As a batter up there, it's been a long time since I played. I know release point. You're watching the ball. When are you locked in on that on the baseball in the pitcher's hand? Like right from the get-go?
Yeah, right from the get-go. Got my routine. The walk-up definitely helps with that. Yeah, once I step in the box, I'm ready to go. So that's I'm a big preacher on hitting the first pitch and getting ready to go by that first pitch. So it could be a fastball, it could be a cookie right down the middle.
Corahayas fouls it off. It's 3-2. Are you looking at wrist turn at all or release point or anything?
Not a whole lot. Some guys they'll drop down their arm slot a little bit to throw their off speed. So definitely pay attention to that. But yeah, most guys, sometimes you'll hear a chatter in the dugout of, oh, this guy's throwing this guy's throwing that. I don't really pay attention to a whole lot of that. I just step in the box and try to see a good pitch to hit and hit it where it's pitched.
A 2-out walk for Nate Corahayas will bring up Joe Licari.
Left fielder, Joe Licari.
How did the competition at McCook JUCO do for you?
It was a great learning experience, and competition there was pretty legit. So pretty much every school we face, first and second starter is pretty good, and then they got a couple pretty good bullpen guys. So I think our first 2 starters are actually going D1, and then we got a lot of Division II guys going. So yeah, it was an awesome experience too.
No balls and a strike here to Licari. We're visiting with Matt Hamilton, and I know playing conditions here in Winfield in the spring with the cold and some rain.
Wonderful.
Well, you're in Nebraska.
Yep.
What was that like? Are you guys? There's not really domed stadiums or anything, right?
Yeah, no. Pretty much. I don't know why baseball starts your season so early, but February and March we play a lot of our games down in Kansas, and we travel to Oklahoma, Texas. So it's ball gets past first base from there.
Nate Corahayas doesn't need much to get an advantage. That ball just got away from the first baseman, Ivy, and Nate took off. So that will be, Scott, where are you giving that air? E3. Matt, do you agree?
Yeah, I could see that for sure. So we, I think the first month we didn't even play a home game in McCook, Nebraska. So we played, Dodge City and Garden, and I think we played Pratt a couple of times my first year, and then we would go down to Texas for a trip or two, and have a road trip down there. So junior college spring, not a whole lot of school, but a healthy load of baseball for sure.
1 ball and 2 strikes here to Licari. Bernhardt with the pitch, and a swing and a miss. So the Moos will leave a runner down at second base. No runs and 1 left for the Moos here in the 5th. We are through 5 complete, and it's 4-1 in favor of Valley Center. So we enter the top of the 6th inning here in Winfield. Top of the order due up for Valley Center. It's Kyle Hetherington. Valley Center scored 2 in the first and 2 in the third. The Moos with 1 in the fourth. We enter the 6th at 4-1. Hetherington has walked twice and flew out to left field. We'll keep Matt Hamilton around for another half inning here, I think, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see if my presence in the dugout can rally up the guys.
Might need it. Here's the first pitch strike to Hetherington. Well, with last night and so far here tonight, do you credit the opposing team's pitching? Is it, just tough at bats for the guys? What are you seeing here the last couple nights? Because the offense has been struggling.
Yeah, definitely sometimes you got to tip your cap to the pitcher, but that also can't just be an excuse to, not put up quality at bats. So, so definitely get after the fastball is what advice I have.
I got to get your thoughts on you mentioned you played for the Moos last year. The Moos last year were located in Wichita.
Yeah, so we played at Wichita South High School.
Hetherington grounds this one to second. Cora Hyas has it. He'll throw over to first and retire Hetherington for the first out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we played in Wichita South High School. The league was definitely a lot different last year. So the Liberal BJs were in our league, and then the Dodge City A's were in our league. So we traveled a lot, and I guess all the teams were, except for Wellington, was pretty much in the Wichita area, and McPherson too. But so I guess the only difference would be we traveled to wonderful Liberal Kansas and Dodge City, and So,
how have you liked the Moos being located in Winfield this year?
I like it a lot actually. It's kind of hard to get people out to our games last year. I'll pop up JJ. Oh, great catch by JJ there.
J.J. Cardinal ran it down. I got totally blocked by the Valley Center dugout. Miles Hartman is
right
retired.
Fence. Wow. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to get fans at our games last year at Wichita South, but yeah, Winfield just has a really strong community of getting people out there, and I think definitely the beer garden has a little something to do with that too.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, some might argue it's been a little warm for beer, but
yeah.
But 2 away here for Valley Center. Roe Forrest up there. Roe Forrest is 2 walks and has been hit by a pitch, so he doesn't even have an official at bat yet. His 4th trip to the plate. And hits this one hard toward Cora Hyas. Backhand off his glove, recovers it, now throws to first. And that will probably be a hit, I think. In agreement there. That was a tough play. And Cora Hyas did a nice job. That backhand, you've been out there on that kind of play. Talk about the challenge of a play like that as you're rolling towards center field looking for that backhand pickup.
Yeah, definitely when it's really hot out, the field conditions gets pretty tough. The dirt gets really choppy and hard, so it's definitely a tough play to make for sure. But yeah, Nate did a good job there and just knocking it down.
Teeling looks at ball 1. Michael Teeling is 0 for 2 tonight, hit into a double play in the first inning, walked and then struck out. And this one's hit towards Cora Hyas. He's got it. We'll go the short way to Townsley, and that will retire the side. So no runs on a hit and nobody left, and we're going to be heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Matt, go get those guys going.
Yeah,
thanks a lot for taking. Thanks for coming up here.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So I enjoyed it.
Fun to visit with you, and when baseball ends, maybe broadcasting could be in your future.
Yeah, I could see it. So yeah, it's a start.
Will you major in communications or anything at Newman?
I'm doing business management actually. Yep.
You want to make money. He doesn't want to get into communications.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try to.
Sounds good. Matt, thanks a lot. Great to visit with you.
Yep, you too.
Matt Hamilton joining us here on the broadcast. We will step aside for just a moment. It is 4-1 Valley Center. You're watching and listening to Moose Baseball. Thanks, Matt. Great to have you on here.
Fielder Trevor Abedia.
Fun to visit with Matt Hamilton. He'll try to spur on the guys here as the Moos trail 4-1. And here's Trevor Abedia leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Just a couple of hits for the Moos. They both came in the 4th inning, and they were both doubles. Abedia led off the 4th with a double, went to 3rd on a pass ball, and then Andrew Brown with a 2-out RBI double scored Abedia for the lone run for the Moos so far tonight. A ball and a strike to Trevor in the pitch, and that one dives low, 2-1. Elizabeth Gonzalez says, let's get those bats going. Yeah, we would concur. Or maybe Bernhardt gets a little wild. He's been solid for Valley Center tonight. 3 balls and a strike, though, here to Abedia. 9 strikeouts for Bernhardt through 5 innings. And this pitch, letter high strike, and it's 3-2. So Trevor will walk away, try to gather himself. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bernhardt winds and deals, and that one actually looked better to me than the strike 2 pitch. It'll be a walk for Trevor Abedia.
Designated hitter, A.J. Romero.
So I'm just turning the volume way up, catching your voice on there. Unless you want the headset on. No. You want some more heat? A.J. Romero standing in. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to short and struck out looking. And Bernhardt, after a leadoff walk, comes right at Romero with strike 1. 4-1 Valley Center here in the 6th. Tough to get a big lead. Left-handed pitcher on the hill. And Romero going the right side. Cordero chasing, and it gets past Christian Cordero to go to the fence. Rounding second and the third is Abedia. Now coming around home is Trevor Abedia. The throw home will be late, and it's a double for A.J. Romero. So the Moos with 3 hits tonight, they're all doubles. And it's 4-2. Great job by A.J. there. Just took that pitch to right field, that outside pitch from Bernhardt.
Third baseman, J.J. Cardinal.
And here's J.J. Cardinal 0 for 2. Pop out to first and a strikeout. Nobody out here in the 6th, 4-2. And the pitch is low, 1-0. Andrew Brown waiting on deck for the Moos. And the offering, that one's in there for strike 1. Ball and a strike here on J.J. Cardinal. Hey, they're good to see Aristogroom in the crowd. Not sure where you have been here?
She was at McDonald's.
She was getting food. This one hit J.J. in the back foot. A little back foot curveball sends Cardinal down to first base. Cameron didn't want McDonald's, by the way. He wants to eat fresh. A walk, a double, and a hit batter.
Brown.
And the Moos showing a little life. Well, maybe Matt Hamilton going back to the dugout is spurring on the Moos. Runners at first and second for Brown, who has been on both times, was hit by a pitch and doubled in a run in the fourth. His double was right down the third base line. He squares, lays a bunt in. This is a beauty down the third base line. They'll never get him. It'll be a hit. A terrific bunt by Andrew Brown. I don't know if you could bunt it any better right there. Too far away for the catcher. Bernhard had to run all the way. That thing rested just outside the chalk in the grass on the third base side. And don't forget that Andrew Brown can run a little bit. So, bases loaded for the Moos. And the first real issue of the night here for Bernhardt. If you think about it, Bernhardt faced 4 batters in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth. So 5 batters in an inning has been the maximum. And that only happened once. This will be the 5th batter of the inning, Jace Horn, and there's nobody out.
First baseman, Jace Horn.
Jace is 0 for 2. He hasn't figured out Bernhard yet. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Corners play in for Valley Center. Middle infield playing for a double play. And Horn, first pitch swinging, sends it back to the fence. And it's 0-1. We see some Mud Daubers down in the bullpen warming up. Simon Sosa warming up down there. You have good eyes. No balls and a strike here to Horn. And again, fouled off, 0-2. Andrea says you have good eyes too, right? I mean, when she's... In a yeah. Andrea Nuss is watching, by the way.
Too hot to even go to the pool.
No balls, 2 strikes here to Jace Horn. Bernhard would love a strikeout here. Long look in. He's got his sign. And the pitch is hit towards short. And the play will be made over to third. They're able to retire Cardinal. A.J. Romero comes in and scores. So the putout goes 6-5 for the first out. It's a nice play by Hartman. He really didn't have anything else. And a great job by Entwistle at third. He was playing in, then had to go back and find the bag, and he did. So Cardinal, or Horn, I should say, reaches on the fielder's choice. It's now 4-3, Valley Center. And Cody Lozano now stands in. Brown at second, good speed there. Horn at first. Lozano back in the second inning hit it well, but right at the right fielder, Cordero. First pitch ball to Cody Lozano. Ignore those links that keep popping up to watch the stream, of course. Lozano backs up a little bit. That pitch on the inside corner for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Joel Townsley on deck for the Moos. 4-3 in favor of Valley Center. And the 1-1 pitch to Lozano. Good cut, but he missed it. 1-2. Abedia walked. A.J. Romero doubled him in. Cardinal was hit by a pitch. Brown with a beautiful bunt single, and Jace Horn on base for the fielder's choice. 1 away for the Moos. 103 pitches Bernhard is at. So getting to the on fumes area, this one's popped into foul territory, and Ivy comes over and makes the catch. Just on the outside of the bars that kind of go around the dugout. That's a big second out for Valley Center. And the Moos will see if Joel Townsley can come up with a 2-out hit.
The shortstop, Joel Townsley.
Any hit, I would think, would score Andrew Brown, the way he runs. I think when you see a link that says, you know, the HTTP sportstation.caringhau, Karanghau, that's garbage. I don't trust it. Be cynical. Townsley looks at a fastball, a little bit in, 1-0. Townsley 0 for 2, fly out to center and a strikeout. A ball and no strikes, and the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike one. Bernhardt, the starter tonight for Valley Center, has gone all the way. This is the first real trouble he's run into. In the fourth inning, the Moos put together 2 doubles. They also had 3 strikeouts in the inning. Feast or famine inning for the Moos in the fourth. This pitch up high, 2-1. The Moos now with 4 hits on the night. 3 doubles and a single. Second baseman Mitchell trying to keep Brown close, and a swing and a miss from Townsley, and it's 2-2. Joel Townsley goes to Pratt Community College. Two balls and 2 strikes. And able to stay alive here. So Townsley in college has been a Moo and a Beaver. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, high fastball. Townsley chased it. And that will end the inning. But the Moos score 2 times. They do it on a couple of hits. And we'll head to the 7th inning. Valley Center 4, the Midwest Moos 3. Top of the 7th inning. First pitch swinging, and ball is caught in left field there by Joe Licari. That was Entwistle. I think my eyes are getting worse, Scott. I was tracking that thing, trying to figure out, is he going to catch it?
Right fielder, Christian.
So a quick first out for Andrew Gonzalez and the Moos. And here's Christian Cordero. Cheryl Solden getting a late start watching the Moos. Cordero first pitch swinging, sends it to right. Abedia goes back in. He'll make the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. So,
first baseman, Logan Ivy.
This is rapid fire public address. Batter out, batter out, batter. Here's Logan Ivy. 2 for 3 tonight. RBI single and a double along with a looking strikeout. And the first pitch, Ivy wasn't going to give Gonzalez a chance for a 3-pitch inning. I mean, that was piped right down the middle. But he took it. It's 0-1. And this pitch in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gonzalez with the pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 4-3 Valley Center. The Moos put 2 on the board in the 6th inning to make this a 4-3 game. And the pitch is in there for a strikeout. Great inning for Andrew Gonzalez as he throws 6 pitches and retires Valley Center 1-2-3. Time to stretch in Winfield. 4-3 Valley Center. So the Moos had a big 6th inning scoring 2 runs, and they sent 7 batters to the plate, and then a quick 1-2-3 7th for Valley Center, and a new pitcher for Valley Center. It's Simon Sosa. Get you the numbers on Bernhardt here in a minute. He was really good. Nate Corahayas, the top of the order, leading it off for the Moos here in the 7th. Sosa winds and deals and misses 2-0. And now 3-0 to Corahayas. And the 3-0 in there for a strike. For Alan Bernhardt, starter for Valley Center, 6 innings, 4 hits, gave up 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 hit batters, and struck out 10 tonight. He was terrific. Corahayas, check swing. They'll go down. The appeal says no swing, and it's a leadoff walk. 110 pitches for Bernhardt. Of course, when you strike out 10, that'll probably happen. So here's Joe Licari.
Fielder, Joe Licari.
Licari 0 for 2. He was one of the Moos that got hit. Actually, 3 hit batters tonight by Bernhardt. He hit Licari in the first, Brown in the second, and Cardinal in the 6th. And the pitch from Sosa. Corahayas is on the move, and the throw down to second gets out of the glove of Mitchell. That was a strong throw by Gaskin. But Mitchell couldn't hang on to it. Corahayas gets a stolen base, the tying run at second base for the Moos. Simon Sosa plays his baseball at East Texas Baptist, NCAA Division III, Marshall, Texas. Are you familiar with Marshall, Texas? Licari lifts this one to right. Corahayas will tag. Cordero's got the catch. And now the throw to third on the fly, but Corahayas slides in safely. The only downside to Cordero's throw, maybe too much air, and the third baseman Entwistle caught it up high. Corahayas slides on in, so it's a sac fly for Licari.
Right fielder, Trevor Abedia.
And here's Trevor Abedia with the tying run down at third. Trevor Abedia, 1 for 2 tonight. Couple runs scored. He's walked and doubled. Infield comes in for Abedia. And he had a pitch there. Couldn't pull the trigger. It's 0-1. Nate Corahayas, night in and night out, always has the dirtiest uniform. Here's the 0-1. Curveball in there for a strike, and 0-2. Jacob Woodburn starting to get loose in the bullpen. Here's the 0-2, and Abedia grounds it towards short. Bobbled by the shortstop. Abedia does not beat it out, but Corahayas scores. And the tying run comes across, and we are knotted at 4. Hartman gloved it fine and was spinning and ready to send it home to try to cut down Corahayas, but he dropped the ball.
Romero.
He still had the wherewithal to pick it up and throw out Abedia at first. So the starters, Bernhardt and Miller, will not be a part of the decision tonight. Nobody on, 2 out for A.J. Romero, and he'll look at a first pitch ball. A.J. with a double his last time up. That drove in Trevor Abedia. One 0. Ooh, 1-1. When you see the catcher have to reach towards the left-hand batter's box. You don't expect a strike call. A ball and a strike here to Romero, and the pitch called strike 2. If you're Sosa, I'd stay right there. A ball and 2 strikes. Hey, our commissioner, Sheldon Howell, is watching. Curveball into the turf, 2-2. We're tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A walk, a stolen base, a sac fly, and a ground out, tying the game here for the Moos. And kind of like we saw with Cora Hayes in the game Friday against McPherson, beating out an infield single to tie the game, this time with his legs. Able to get this game knotted up for the Moos. A 3-2 pitch to A.J. Romero. Popped it up into foul territory. Ivy looks like he might have a play and couldn't come up with the catch. Kind of reached out trying to make a little basket over the shoulder catch. Good effort from Ivy, and we'll do it again. Another 3-2 pitch. Sosa to Romero. And that's high and away, and a 2-out walk for A.J. Romero.
Third baseman, J.J. Cardinal.
So J.J. Cardinal will stand in for the Moos. 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Romero barely off of first. Now he'll get his lead. Sosa's ready, and his first pitch to Cardinal is a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lights are on here at the Broadway Sports Complex. A lovely sunset happening behind us, Scott. Here's the 0-1. Curveball stayed upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Moos are off tomorrow, then off to Augusta on Tuesday for a home and home, so to speak, against the Cannons. They'll play in Augusta Tuesday and in Wichita on Wednesday, the Genesis Sports Complex. Cardinal fouls this one off. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. That one goes outside. 2-2. Both these teams played last night. The Moos, a 5-1 loser to the Kansas Curve. Valley Center beat the Dirtbag Baseball Club 8-6. A lot of good, close, competitive games in our league, night in and night out. Now 3-2. So a 3-2 pitch. A.J. Romero will be off on the pitch. Backing up is Logan Ivy to his fielding position. And that pitch is high. So a couple of walks with 2 away. 3 walks in the inning for Sosa, after Bernhard went 6 innings and only walked 2.
Center fielder, Andrew Brown.
So here's Andrew Brown, who's 2 for 2 tonight. A beautiful bunt single his last time up. He doubled in a run in the 4th inning. Was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. All of that against Bernhardt. His first look at Sosa. And that pitch stays upstairs. 1-0. A walk, a stolen base, then a fly out to right by Licari, a ground out by Abidia scored Cora Hayes, and then Romero and Cardinal have walked. Across the knees for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike here to Andrew Brown. Long look in here for Sosa. Now he's ready. And the curveball low. Nice stop by Gaskin. 2-1. Moos coming into play in last place, but only a game out of 3 teams at 5-8. The 2-1 in there for a strike. 2-2. Two pitch coming to Brown. And a swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. But the Moos score 1 run. They do it on no hits. We'll head to the 8th inning, tied at 4. Brandon Gaskin will lead off for Valley Center here in the 8th inning. Andrew Gonzalez came in the 5th inning, so he'll begin his 4th inning of relief work. We saw him go 7 innings in relief against El Dorado on Monday night. A 1-0 pitch and a swing and a miss. And it's 1-1 here to Gaskin. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Couple of strikeouts and a single. And this one off the end of the bat, foul. So a ball and 2 strikes here to Gaskin. It's Gaskin, Mitchell, and Hetherington due up for Valley Center in the 8th inning. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. And that'll bring up Ryan Mitchell.
Second baseman, Ryan Mitchell.
Mitchell's 0 for 3. A strikeout, popped out to second on a terrific play by Cora Hayes, and grounded out to short to end the 5th inning. Hits this one towards third, off the foot of Cardinal, now gathers, and not in time. Going to be an error on J.J. Cardinal down at third.
Center fielder, Kyle Hetherington.
So that will be the 4th error tonight on the Moos. Remember, they committed 3 in that first inning. So here's Hetherington. A couple of walks tonight. A ground out to second and a fly out to left. And a first pitch strike from Andrew Gonzalez. So 0 for 2 officially for Kyle Hetherington, the center fielder. And the 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. Four, top of the 8th inning. And a throw over to first, and back in there is Mitchell. And the 0-2, a little bit outside. Lozano slides over to make the stop. It's 1-2. Valley Center scored 2 in the first and 2 in the third. The Moos with 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. And a swing and a miss from Hetherington. Matt Hamilton talking about the sweep on the fastball from Gonzalez, and he certainly had it there. As that one eluded the bat of Hetherington, and so that'll bring up Miles Hartman. Mitchell down at first, reached on an air. Strikeouts of Gaskin and Hetherington, 2 away here in the 8th. And Hartman looks at ball 1. Hartman has scored twice tonight. He is 1 for 3. Hits this one towards Townsley at short. Joel's got it. It's going to have to hurry. Throws it in the turf, and that gets past Horn. Moving over to third is Mitchell. And that will be the 2nd error of the inning for the Moos. So Gonzalez will see if he can get Forrest out.
Left fielder, Roe Forrest.
Runners at first and third for Valley Center. Forrest tonight is 1 for 1, 2 walks and hit by a pitch. And looks at strike 1. Here comes an 0-1 to Roe Forrest and a throw over to first. And the pitch hit into center field. Andrew Brown right at him, and he'll make the catch. He didn't barely have to move. Forrest put good wood on it, but right at Andrew Brown, and the Moos are out of the 8th. No runs on no hits, 2 errors, and 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 4. So the bottom of the 8th opens up with a pinch hitter for the Moos. It'll be Derek Fay hitting for Jace Horn. Derek Fay, certainly one of the more liked guys on this team. Everyone talks about him and his approach and what he does in the dugout. Derek Fay from the University of Findlay. Hits this one out into left field and deep, going back and gone! Derek Fay with a pinch hit home run the other way. That one just kept carrying. The wind has certainly died here. And Derek Fay with the home run. That'll bring up Cody Lozano.
The catcher, Cody Lozano.
That's the first over-the-fence home run we've seen here at the sports complex for the Moos. And they lead 5-4. And you know who's warming right now? Jacob Woodburn. Moos trailed this one 4-0. But single run in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 now here in the 8th. I think it's 1 ball and 1 strike here to Lozano. Sosa's pitch bounces in, 2-1. How about that? A pinch hit home run off the bench for Derek Fay. Good cut by Lozano, missed it, 2-2. Dottie Siebold says, go Derek, yeah. Cowbells were ringing. Fans on their feet. Lozano hits this one back to Sosa. Off his glove. Now it's going to be tough and safe. Going to give him a hit on that one. And here's Joel Townsley.
Shortstop, Joel Townsley.
You know, the good news for Fay there, there's no wind. The bad news is there's no wind. It's gotten awful stuffy here. Sosa with a look, throw over to first, maybe to seeing if Townsley might show his hand. Is he looking to bunt here or not? Lozano's got a decent lead off of first. And the pitch is low, 1-0. Five to 4 Moos here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And again low from Sosa, 2-0. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Gaskin. 2-1. Cody Lozano down at first. He's from Viterbo University. And the 2-1 to Townsley. Into shallow right field. Cordero coming in, and he'll make the catch for the first out. Laura Coyne watching and cheering on the Moos.
Second baseman, Nate
Corahayas coming up for the Midwest Moos. More cowbell, yeah. Can never have enough cowbell, as the Saturday Night Live skit would indicate. Was that a throw down to first?
Throw it on the first and nobody was paying attention.
And no one paying attention, and Lozano
I think it hit the first baseman.
will get a free base. It's going to be an error. Was that the catcher who threw that one? So an error. So Lozano down to second with one away for Correhias. And a 1-0 count, I believe. Correhias lifts this one foul and out of play. One ball and one strike. Good lead for Lozano off of second, and the pitch is high, 2-1. Sosa's got his sign. The 2-1 pitch is hit towards third. This is going to be a tough play. Correhias runs well, and he will beat it. And the ball got past the first baseman. Lozano heading to third. Brendan Sweeney waving Lozano home. Here's the throw home, and off of the glove of Gaskin. And Correhias goes all the way to third base. So probably going to be an infield hit, but then an E5 on the throw, and it is 6-4 Moos. Couple of errors in the inning by Valley Center.
Left fielder, Joe Licari.
There was a lot of moving parts there, from a squibber from the left-handed batter Correhias towards third, a wild throw, and there's a lot of room. When you overthrow first here, there's a lot of room into foul territory. Infield comes in as Joe Licari looks at ball one. Licari 0 for 3 tonight. Good speed down at third in Nate Correhias. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. No one appreciating that run more than Jacob Woodburn, who looks to be coming in into the 9th inning. Check swing from Licari. He held up 2-1. The 2-1, a little bit in, 3-1. Trevor Abedia waiting on deck. The 3-1 pitch is not close, and it's a walk. So runners at first and third for the Moos with 1 out, and Trevor Abedia.
Right fielder, Trevor Abedia.
Trevor's got a couple of runs batted in tonight. Driven in. Check that, 1 run driven in. That was on a fielder's choice. He was thrown out, but his hit in the infield scored Nate Correhias the tying run in the 7th inning. Nate down at third again. Licari at first. And this one spiked into the turf, and Gaskin with another good stop. Not much has gotten past him tonight, and it's 2-0. And now a bad throw to the pitcher, and Correhias will come on in and score. Gaskin kind of flipped it to Sosa. He flipped it over his head. Correhias always paying attention, and he just raced on in. So that will be a E2. 3 errors in the inning on Valley Center. It is 7-4. So Lakari at first. 1 out still here in the 8th. And it's 7-4 Moos. And a foul tip. That got some of the hand of Gaskin. That hurts. So the umpire will give Gaskin a chance to shake off that right hand. A foul ball right off the right hand of Gaskin. Two balls and a strike here to Trevor Abedia. And the 2-1 is low, 3-1. Should be a good pitch to hit here for Abedia. And he fouls it into the glove of Gaskin. 3-2. Seven unanswered runs by the Moos after falling behind 4-0 after 3 innings here tonight. And a swing and a miss. Nice job by Sosa coming back to strike out Abedia. So 2 away, and that'll bring up the designated hitter. It's A.J. Romero.
Designated hitter, A.J. Romero.
Romero tonight 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the 6th inning. Lakari at first with 2 outs here in the 8th. The Moos have scored 3 times. It started with a lead-off pinch hit home run by Derek Fay. Two 2-0 here to Romero. Two 2-0 to Romero, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. When the Valley Center Mud Daubers come up in the 9th, they'll have Teeling, Entwistle, and Cordero. The 2-1. Romero hits it to right. Hit it well. Cordero going back and can't make the catch. He goes to the ground. Lakari hustling around third, although laboring a bit. And Joe Lakari will score. A.J. Romero with a 2-out RBI double. Cordero playing a shallow right field, and that one skied over his head. And now we'll get a mound visit for Valley Center. 3 have scored here in the 8th for the Moos. And I think we're going to get a new pitcher. We'll have his name for you in a moment. 8-4 Moos here in the 8th. So the new pitcher is Drake Davidson for the Valley Center Mud Daubers. He's out of Lincoln College. It's an NAIA school in Lincoln, Illinois. Sosa goes 1 2/3. Gave up 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 runs so far. Romero is his responsibility at second base. And here's J.J. Cardinal. And a first pitch fastball, a swing and a miss from J.J. Cardinal 0 for 2 tonight. Was hit by a pitch and walked as well. 0-1 here to Cardinal. He is the 8th batter of the inning for the MWMoos. And a nice curveball, a swing and a miss, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Cardinal. We're going to keep the inning going. 8-4 Moos. They have scored 4 times here in the 8th. Time called by Cardinal at the very last moment. Jacob Woodburn, who was all greased up and ready to go into this game. It's been a long inning, so I saw him out behind the dugout getting a few extra throws in, trying to stay loose. And now the 0-2 from Davidson is high. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. Fay, Lozano, Corajayas, and Lacari have all scored here in the 8th inning for the Moos. The 1-2 and a swing and a miss, and Davidson gets Valley Center out of this long 8th inning. But the Moos come up with 4 runs. They do it on 4 hits. They were aided with 3 errors. And we'll head to the 9th inning, 8-4 Moos. You can't ask for much better relief pitching that the Moos got from Andrew Gonzalez.
For the Moos, now playing first base, number 21, Mickey Coyne.
The Moos got 4 innings from Andrew Gonzalez. He gave up 3 hits, walked 1, struck out 4. He entered the game down 4-0. He leaves the game up 8-4. And here's Jacob Woodburn, who was on the air with us last night. First pitch fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. Michael Teeling leading it off here for Valley Center. They led 4-0 after 3 innings here tonight, but enter the 9th inning down 8-4. A 4-run 8th inning for the Moos. A Derek Fay pinch hit home run gave the Moos a 5-4 lead. And then they tacked on 3 more. This one's a little chin music up and in. 1-1. Woodburn with the 1-1. Hit into left center field and diving with this catch. Not the catch. It does drop. Great effort out in left field. Mickey Coyne is now playing first base. That might be Derek Fay in left. I don't know if Lakari went back out there or not because Joe was really laboring coming around the bases. I'm not sure if that's Joe still out there. Colby Entwistle will stand in. A leadoff hit for Teeling, and now he'll be pinch run for by Eric Johnson. Number 2, Eric Johnson, pinch running for Teeling at first. Yep. And a fastball swing and foul tipped into the glove of Lozano, 0-1. Jacob Woodburn letting me know that it's his mom who runs the Cake Batter store in Eureka, which was featured on Good Day Kansas by one Avery Osen. I don't know. Cake Batter. Avery, that was one of those assignments you really like because you're going to leave out of there with some sweets. Curveball misses, 2-1 to Entwistle. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of walks. One of his walks drove in a run. Two-one pitch and a fastball in there, swinging strike, 2-2. Certainly for Woodburn with an 8-4 lead. Just pump in strikes. Don't give anything free here in the 9th inning. Woodburn steps off and he'll reset here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Entwistle. And the fastball just misses, and it's 3-2. Three-two pitch from Jacob Woodburn. And foul tipped into the glove of Lozano for the first out. 1 away, and that'll bring up Christian Cordero. Cordero 0 for 4 tonight, a couple of strikeouts.
Right fielder, Christian Cordero.
Miller went 4 to start for the Moos. Had a little control issue. He walked 7 tonight in those 4 innings. Swing at that curveball. It'll get past Lozano. Moving down to second is Eric Johnson. But that run is really of no concern to the Moos right now. Cordero looked ready to swing at that fastball, and then Woody dropped in a curve on him. So no balls and a strike. And Cordero fouls this one off, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Cordero. Goes to Iowa Wesleyan University. And the 0-2 just missed. 1-2. Kind of felt like the batter's action there, getting out of the way on a ball that wasn't really close on the inner part of the plate. May have forced the ball call. Of course, 0-2s have been tough to get those third strike calls. 1-2 to Cordero. Curveball. Lozano able to track it down. Playing safe is Johnson. No reason to get in out on the base pads. He wasn't sure, so he stayed home. He's at second base. 2-2 count here on Cordero. Middle infield not paying much attention to Johnson. At second base, here comes a 2-2 to Cordero. And that one high, 3-2. Hometown of Eureka, Kansas. The Tornadoes. He said some of the guys complain there's not enough places to eat in Winfield, but compared to Eureka, he says there's several places to eat. He said they have a Pizza Hut and a Sonic. Here's a 3-2 and a swing and a miss. Just rear back and throw that great fastball as Woodburn there, and 2 away in the 9th. A couple of Cordero strikeouts, or a couple of Woodburn strikeouts. And Logan Ivy.
First baseman, Logan Ivy.
Comes up. He's 2 for 4. He struck out twice, singled in a run in the 3rd, and had a double in the 5th. First pitch from Woodburn in there for a strike. Ivy didn't like that call. It's 0-1. Eight to 4 moves here in the top of the 9th inning. Valley Center, the second place team in our league here in the second half of the season. And this pitch missing, 1-1. Teeling led off the inning with a single. Eric Johnson pinch running for him. Moved to second on a wild pitch. Strikeouts of Entwistle and Cordero get us here to Logan Ivy. A 1-ball, 1-strike count to the Valley Center first baseman. And the pitch a little bit low, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. And the fastball again. Boy, it's got some good ride to it tonight, and so far the Mud Daubers really haven't caught up with it. It's now 2-2. Woodburn, a long look in. He's got his sign from Cody Lozano. And the pitch popped foul out of play. So we'll do another 2-2. A 2-2 pitch. And took something off there, a swing and a miss. And Woodburn strikes out the side. And the MWMoos knock off Valley Center tonight by a score of 8-4. Get you the totals here for you. Let's see here. Adding these up real quick. Valley Center need to get their hits here, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, got them. A lot of numbers here. The Midwest Moos get 8 runs on 8 hits. They commit 5 errors and still win. Valley Center, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors. The winning pitcher is Andrew Gonzalez. And the losing pitcher is Simon Sosa. There is no save in the game. Time of tonight's game, 3 hours and 3 minutes. So the Moos with an 8-4 win, a game that saw them trailing 4-0 after 3 innings. They didn't get their first hit until the 4th inning, but they came up with 4 hits in the 8th inning. And Derek Fay with that spark, the leadoff pinch hit home run in the 8th. The Moos scored 3 more after that. They win at 8-4. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Been a real pleasure talking with all of you. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. The Moos, by the way, improve to 5-9 here in the second half, and the Valley Center Mud Daubers fall to 9-5. Off day tomorrow for the Moos. They're in Augusta on Tuesday night to take on the mighty Kansas Cannons. Thanks so much for tuning in. Great to visit with all of you. Kurt Caden bidding you good night, asking you to choose joy. You've been watching and listening to Moos Baseball here on Facebook.